that's about it. Now, one thing I do want to talk about, I have a little tip for you here, and that tip involves embossing. So occasionally you run into a situation where you have a piece of paper. Now, of course, here you can see the embossing folders here. This one is, I believe it's 5 by 7. Okay, now if any of the dimensions, whether it be the width or the height, goes beyond 7 inches, or if both of them go beyond 7 inches, this is not going to work. So one of them has to stay within 5 inches. So if you've got something 5 inches by 9, you can do up to 5 by 10 roughly. So here's what I want to show you. Now this piece is roughly the right size. Now, and just imagine if this was even longer, okay? Because occasionally we do run into this situation where we have panels like this that we need to emboss, but they're longer than the embossing folder. Now technically, if you're looking at this, it does look like it fits, but the design starts up here, but it kind of cuts off down here, so it looks a little strange. So what you can do, as long as, like I said, as long as your piece of paper, whatever it may be, stays in the confines of the width, but might be a little bit longer. Again, it cannot exceed 10 inches. I'd say probably 9.5. But what you can do is you can take it and run it through twice. Okay, so I'm going to just bring it down. I'm going to bring it down around here. Let me see. Yeah, I want it right about here. Bring the folder down, and the cool thing about these is you can see through them, so you know exactly what you're going to get when you run it through your embossing machine. Okay, so I've got that lined up nicely where I want it. Kind of hold it in place so it doesn't shift around, and grab the rest of my plates here, and we'll run it through the embossing machine. I don't know what the heck's going on with this thing. And we'll run that through once. Now, of course, this may not always work depending on what type of folder you have, but this folder, obviously, because the pattern is very uniform, you can definitely do this. Okay, so you see I've got this whole section here embossed. Now what I'll do is I'll just pop it in again and get it lined up and just run it through a second time. So again, picture this thing being much longer. Again, it's got to be less than about 9.5 inches long, and it can't be more than 5 inches wide. I don't think they really make embossing folders any bigger than that anyway. But just line that up. Okay, that looks pretty close. Good enough for this demonstration anyway. And then we just run it through a second time. And then we'll have the entire thing covered. Now again, I could have ran this through just once, but then I'd have kind of like a little area of negative space there at the bottom, which I don't know if anyone would notice, but I know that I notice that kind of stuff, so I don't want to do that. But anyway, I would take that off, and you can see that we've got that embossing design from top to bottom now, instead of it being cut off here. Okay, so again, this applies to longer pieces as well, but just thought I'd show you that. Thought it was an interesting little tip. Been doing a series of quick tip videos that you guys are really enjoying, so we'll keep doing that. Hey, thanks for crafting along with me. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out some of our other videos, and also please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to visit our site and check out our free SVG section, where we have over 140 free SVG files complete with assembly videos. I look forward to crafting with you soon.